This is high school basketball.
Here comes Potter. 3, 2. He's got to get it off. I don't know if he's got it off. He got it.
We'll end up right back into Dixon's hand. Dixon will find Martin on the three-point line, and Martin will hit it and tie the game. Adam Reek for the coach of Blue trying to pump up his team as they trail by 11.
And with 3 minutes left here in the first, Snowflake's got a 1-point lead and the basketball. Crosby knocks down a 3.
High school basketball is presented by Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, simply the best in service and sales. On iTalk 1067 and Sholo TV channel 56. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with Sholo TV and iTalk 1067 Radio. Also brought to you in part by Sunrise Park Resort, Northland Pioneer College, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Octopus Car Wash, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Beeler Orthodontics, Subway, and Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center. And now, Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo presents high school basketball.
Welcome to Sholo High School. Camden Smith, Mike Side with Punt Cooley as we get set for high school basketball live from Sholo High School. It's the Snowflake Lobos who are on the road tonight, putting their almost unblemished record on the line against the Sholo Cougars, who also only have one loss this season. This should be an interesting matchup tonight, Punt. As you look at both of these teams, Snowflake has got to be favored, but Sholo has some tools and weapons that can give Snowflake some problems if things go right for them tonight.
Well, most definitely. You know, Snowflake, of course, the defending state champs in Division III from last year. You know, they lost a few players, of course, from that title team, but regardless, still some strong players. And on the Snowflake side, defense is going to certainly be a key for them tonight. You know, they're up against a team that's probably a little bit taller, but more importantly, Snowflake's got some good leapers. They'll play above the rim a bit. So it's going to really challenge these Cougar defenders, I think, and that's going to be a big test for them tonight.
Time now for our Ace Hardware keys to the game, our key players of the game, brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, now with the 24/7 locksmith, available any day or night. If you're locked out of your car or your truck, you can contact the Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, or Heber Overgard, and their mobile unit will come to you. As we get started, first off with the Snowflake Lobos tonight, one guy we've got to talk about is Jordan Gardner, Punt.
Well, you know, he's a very athletic player, very mobile, and just aggressive. He's actually their leading scorer, averaging just over 12 points, almost 13 points a game, surprisingly, you know, when you look at the lineup for Snowflake. But Jordan is a very aggressive player, very athletic, and, you know, he's a player that we've seen. You know, he can shoot from the perimeter, but when he's at his best is when he's attacking the basket.
Next, we have Keegan Bjorn, and Keegan Bjorn is another guy inside that can give Sholo some trouble.
Absolutely. He's the leading, or one of the leading rebounders for the Lobos. Very powerful inside player. He's only 6'1", senior, but he plays much bigger than that. Very aggressive in the paint, both on the offensive and defensive side of the floor. You can look for him to be doing a lot of board work for the Lobos tonight, and he's a decent scorer as well. He's also one of the leading scorers, averaging right at 11 points per game. So that puts him in the number 2 scoring position, right behind Jordan Gardner for the Lobos so far this season in terms of scoring.
A surprise for me, at least, was heading into this contest, Kurt Wood is third on the team in scoring. As we take a look at him tonight, one thing that's pretty spectacular about him, though, is he's been very unselfish this year and leads the state in assists. He's a guy that has to be one of Sholo's biggest keys tonight.
Absolutely. You know, he'll run at the point guard position, which is a little unique for the Lobos to have a 6'4" point guard. When you look at their lineup, he's one of the taller kids, but he has handle, and he is an exceptional passer. We've seen that from years prior. You know, he will put up points. But I think the one thing that obviously makes him such a key for this Lobos team is his ability to find the open man and dish out those great passes inside, especially when they get down into the paint. So that'll be, you know, even though he's not putting up big points, you know that his ability to run the floor, be the field general out there and look for open men, that's probably the biggest. Obviously, it's reflected in his assist number, as you say, he leads the state at just over 8 assists a game, and that's a big, big number for assists.
And we say he's not scoring much when he's at 10.9 in double figures in scoring, but certainly less than we thought he would be. Let's go to the Sholo side of things, and we talk first of all about a kid that's going to have to step up defensively tonight in Xavier Vargas. He averages 7 points per game, and Xavier tonight has the assignment on Kurt Wood.
Yeah, it's a big task, you know, but I think that's certainly a reflection of the confidence Coach Thacker has in Vargas. Vargas is as quick as they'll get out there on the floor in this division. He's a very skilled player defensively. He's smart on how he covers the floor. And Kurt Wood is obviously going to have a height advantage, but I'm not sure that he's going to be able to out-quick Xavier Vargas. He's quick on his feet, and he plays smart defense. And, you know, again, with Coach Thacker putting Vargas out on the floor with arguably one of the better players in Division IV, I think, in Kurt Wood, that's certainly a huge testament to the confidence that he has in Vargas on the defensive side of the floor.
Absolutely, and another guy tonight that may draw that assignment if Vargas has difficulties tonight will be Nick Reedhead. Nick Reedhead certainly matches him size-wise, but will have his struggles in terms of keeping up with his pace.
Well, you know, Nick is no slow player himself. He's lean, 6'3" frame, but he can move. Obviously, Vargas probably a little bit quicker. But, you know, in the event that Vargas does get into any kind of foul trouble, it would make sense to bring someone like Nick out on top to try to guard Kurt Wood. You know, again, not just because of the height, kind of matching up better between the two of them, but Nick Reedhead, we've seen him run the floor in previous games. You know, he gets up and down real well, and you're going to lose probably a little quickness, but not much by bringing Reedhead out on Wood.
We'll talk now about Rhett Reisdorf, who leads the team in scoring, averaging 13 points per game. Coach Thacker talked about how important it was for his team to get some shots early in the contest to try to get some shots that they absolutely going to have to win this ball game.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You know, they need to be careful not let Snowflake get away early with a big lead, because that makes it that much tougher to climb the hill to get back in it. And Rhett Reisdorf, when he starts lighting it up from the outside, you know, we've seen him shoot from the 3 range, and he's also good about once he can pull the defense out, he's not bashful about getting that little pump fake and then taking it to the hole. He's a good passer as well. But from a scoring perspective, he is their leading scorer, Rhett Reisdorf, averaging right around 13 points a game. But for him to be effective from the perimeter tonight, I think is going to be a huge key for these Cougars.
Those are your Ace Hardware key players of the game. Brought to you by the Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, now with a 24/7 locksmith. Available anytime you're locked out of your car or just need a key made. You can contact their mobile unit. They'll come to you. It's Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Sholo, and Heber Overguard. We'll step away, back with our opening tip when we return. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Are you a business owner that enjoys watching local sports? Would helping the local youth spark your interest? Then you do not want to miss this opportunity. White Mountain Youth Productions brings you local sports produced by local high school students. Your tax-deductible sponsorship will keep us up and running and provide you with advertisement for your business. Call Sholo TV today to help your local high school students get experience while your business gets attention. Call 928-532-4160.
Welcome back to Sholo High School. Camden Smith, Mike Side with Punt Cooley, and the public address announcer tonight is Dave Nicholas. We're waiting the starting lineups, but they're having some issues tonight with those with the PA system. I don't know exactly what's going on, but Coach Nicholas is trying to work through those problems as we get set for our starting lineups and our national anthem. Punt, this game's going to be a lot of fun. We talked to Coach Thacker about making sure that his team gets back and stops the transition, because Snowflake can run you out of the gym, in his words, pretty quickly.
Well, yeah, there's no secret. You know, with the years we've been watching Snowflake, Coach Wood and his staff are real big on the transition game, and they run it very, very effectively. So that's certainly going to be a big, any team that plays Snowflake, that's usually the first thing they talk about is on defense. You have got to get back on transition, because Snowflake is just so effective running that fast break game.
All right, well, we're going to go to our public address announcer, Dave Nicholas, as he does the starting lineups now. Well, actually, it sounds like he's going to.
We don't want your
Sounds like he is going to try to do the starting lineups. He's still having trouble with the PA system, so we will take a break, and we'll be back. As well, I'll tell you what. Rather than that, let's just go ahead and we'll give the starting lineups ourselves as we talk Cougars first. We talked about three guys that will start tonight. Rhett Reisdorf, the 6'2" junior, averaging 13 points per game. Justin Sloan, the 6'4" senior, averaging 3 points per game. Xavier Vargas, the 5'10" junior, averaging 7 points per game. Hunter Denham, the 5'10" senior, averaging 7 points per game. And Nick Reedhead, the 6'2" senior, averaging 10 points per game. For the Snowflake Lobos, it'll be Dallin Chapman, the junior, along with Jordan Gardner, the senior, averaging 12.6 points per game. Keegan Bjorn, the 6'1" senior, averaging 11 points per game. Kurt Wood, the 6'4" senior, averaging 10.9 points per game and 8.2 assists. And Ty Pollock, the senior, who's averaging just under 5 points per game. And those are your starting lineups for both Snowflake and Sholo. We'll step away, back with the opening tip next. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide at iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car? Their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, lit to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
School, Camden Smith, Mike Side with punt Cooley as we get set for high school basketball. And the tip is owned by Snowflake, and we're underway here as we get an out of bounds down on the baseline, and we just found out that our mic was part of the problem. 7:50 left here, opening paragraph, and Sholo with the basketball after 2 points by Snowflake. Jumper from 3 off the heel, no good. Rebound pulled down by Kurt Wood. Wood throws it underneath, and it goes out of bounds.
Tries to get it to Ty Pollock on the baseline, but just a little too much heat on that pass and goes through the hand, so it'll turn over to the Sholo Cougars here.
Up and down with the left hand. Vargas works the basketball, now gives over to Reisdorf. And gives to Reedhead, now to Vargas. Vargas between the wheels, back to Reisdorf. Reisdorf, heavy pressure by Snowflake. Now they drive, Vargas down the middle, dishes to Reedhead, off the window and in. We're tied at 2.
That pass into Justin Sloan on the baseline by Vargas to get the 2.
Or excuse me, to Sloan. Who scored for Snowflake to open the game? Did you see that?
I did not.
We're running technical problems here.
Design inbounds play and a nice pass to number 10, Jordan Gardner, cutting from the top of the key down into the basket and gets the pass, an easy layup for 2.
Sholo around the perimeter, tries one inside the paint. Now throws up top. Up and down with the right hand, Vargas. Over to Reisdorf. Reisdorf, cross-court pass. Three-pointer off the hill, no good. Denham misses the long-range 3, but here's Reedhead off the window. He scores it.
And then good rebound as well right before that by Justin Sloan, and finds Reedhead down on that low block. Reedhead with the spin around for 2.
Tied at 4. Vargas against Wood. It's a matchup we were talking about. Now into the corner they go. Bounce pass down low for Bjorn. Back up top for Hatch. Right side jumper from the corner. Wood knocks down the tray.
And Vargas was there with his hand up, but Wood with that nice jump shot, able to get up over the top and sink that. Snowflake coming out with a heavy trap defense at the perimeter.
Top of the key, Reedhead now inside the paint, kick it out to Reisdorf. She tries the baseline, turn to Ray there. Back out to the wing, now to Reedhead at the high post. Over to Denham. Denham wants to go to the baseline. Kicks it out to Reisdorf. Spots for 3, overshot it. Lobos looking to run. Wood, bounce pass, stolen away, back to Wood. Wood doesn't get the roll. And the rebound to Vargas. 7-4 ball game. Snowflake by 3 with 5:08 remaining here in the first. Bounce pass it over on the wing left. Now towards the corner. Back to Vargas. Vargas looking for an opening. Gets inside the paint. Pulls up. Shot from 5, no good. Rebound Snowflake, and we get a foul called as Bjorn tried to throw the outlet pass in.
I was just going to say, Vargas doing a good job of finding the open space in the paint. Does a good job driving to the basket and comes up with that runner, but unfortunately just not able to finish.
Chapman and Pollock are going to step out of the Snowflake lineup here. So get a couple of fresh faces in. Wood brings the ball up with the left hand. drives to the baseline, has it poked away. He's double teamed down low, and a fight for the ball on the ground, and they're going to call a foul.
Well, Wood was able to beat Vargas on the baseline, but great backside help by the Cougars to come over quickly and get on Wood before he could take it to the basket. So just good overall team defense there by the Cougars.
That is Kurt Wood's first personal as Vargas walks it across the time stripe. Trailing 7-4 are the Cougars here. Denham up top for Rhett Reisdorf. Reisdorf hands it off to Vargas.
Snowflake moving from that diamond one trap to now going straight man-to-man defense.
Reisdorf over to Denham. The high post towards Reedhead, poked away. Denham gets it back. Now they get Reedhead underneath on a nice pass by Sloan. The follow for Reisdorf is there.
Good ball movement by the Cougars. They find the open man in the paint, but they just keep passing and find the open man. Reisdorf following up with the rebound to put it in.
Oh, great effort on the near side as we get a attempted steal by Denham, but he steps out of bounds. And it's a 1-point lead for Snowflake, 7-6. Don't forget, Snowflake has played 12 games in the last 3 weeks. They have had a lot of basketball, which can both go for them and also against them, as they may be struggling from signs of fatigue. 3-point bucket is good for Jordan Gardner, as that erases any thought of fatigue there.
Well, he's up on the top of the key, and they just move the ball, find him open. He wastes no time going up tall on that jumper to sink it.
10-6, Snowflake with under 3.5 to play. Bounce pass for Sloan is poked away by Gardner. Gardner gonna get it ahead to Wood. Wood tries a one-handed pass. It's stolen by Reisdorf. Reisdorf behind the back, across the time stripe, moves over on the wing left. Now back to Vargas.
Smart play by Rhett Reisdorf, pulling up, did not have numbers, and just pulls it back to set up the offense here.
Reisdorf over to Sloan. Sloan holds, spins, hands it off to Vargas. Vargas up and down with the left hand, now switches to the right. Gives to Reedhead. Now up top to Rhett Reisdorf, over to Sloan. Underneath, Vargas wide open, headed blocked though. Blocked shot by Kurt Wood. Here comes Gardner. Gardner has it poked away and out of bounds on the attempted lay-in.
Well, getting back to that last play, good backdoor cut by Vargas, wide open. Goes to the left-hand reverse layup, but as you say, Kurt Wood playing smart defense, hustles over quickly to block the shot.
Keegan Bjorn steps out of the Snowflake lineup. Fresh face in for him now with 2:27 left in the first quarter. It's 10-6 Snowflake. Deep three for Wood, off the heel, no good. The battle for the rebound underneath. And the guy that checked in for Bjorn, Trey Schneider, the 6'4 junior, is going to be called for his first personal.
And Schneider just simply jumping over the defender, the solo defender, and then he'll get that call every time. Out of position.
2:20 on the game clock in this opening period. Sholo down by 4, 10-6. Vargas let her high dribble as he crosses the time stripe, hands it off to Reedhead. Reedhead almost lost the handle on it. Gives to Denham, a little miscue on that exchange. And a travel's called on Denham.
Yeah, Denham with that tight defense tried to raise the ball over the defender cutting under, and in the process just takes one extra step. So another turnover here by the Cougars.
Pass it up into the corner. Now try the other corner. And that's Chapman, who's back in the Snowflake lineup. Hand it off to Schneider. Now they go around the other side, and it's stolen away by Reisdorf.
Good hands by Rhett Reisdorf, just picks the pocket there, the Snowflake player.
Vargas, crossover dribble, gets to the left wing, pull-up jumper from 18, banks it in.
Nice shot from the elbow extended there. Good movement by Vargas to get that opening shot.
10-8, and we get a drive and a nice muscle-up shot here with the foul on Sholo. And it goes against Hunter Denham. That's his first.
They're going to call Denham for slapping him as he's going to the basket, and they will count that basket by Jake Lyman.
Jake Lyman did a really strong move to the basket that time.
Coach Thacker not real impressed with that call, but I think he was thinking the foul occurred before he left to shoot the ball, but regardless, he'll get he'll get the free throw there as well.
Lyman with the and one, and it's 13-8. Snowflake. Reisdorf has his shot blocked. Running the floor is Snyder. Snyder left side, throws it back up top for Gardner. Gardner switches courts. Now a jumper from the right side by Chapman is off the heel, no good. Back up top, backdoor cut to Chapman. Chapman had his shot blocked by Reisdorf, but they may have called Spencer Hall here.
Yeah, they're going to call Spencer Hall for the foul, but two defenders, Reisdorf, as you say, one of them going over the back, trying to swap from behind, but they will call Hall on this personal and send Chapman to the line to shoot two here.
First free throw of the night for Chapman, and it is good.
You know, Cam, with the tempo of this game, very upbeat, fast-paced as we expected. Both teams doing a lot of substitutions to try to keep their lineups fresh. Very high-tempo game tonight between these two.
Denham out. Jonagern is in for Sholo. And Gardner gets a breather here as Chapman knocks down the second of two free throws and gives Snowflake a 7-point lead, 15-8. With the clock approaching the half-minute mark of this first quarter. Reisdorf almost had it stolen away. Jonagern to the high post, back to Reisdorf. Reisdorf down the left side of the lane, tries to muscle one up after he drew some contact, and he's going to earn a trip to the free throw line.
Well, it's a good aggressive move by Reisdorf going down that left lane. Number 22, Trey Schneider, comes over for the Lobos, but his contact will draw him the foul. Coach Wood not excited about that call, felt it was an offensive foul, but regardless, Reisdorf does sink the first of two free throws here.
Well, free throws were one of the things that cost them the game against Window Rock. And so that's one of the things they've worked on as Reisdorf hits one of two here. And on the rebound, Sloan touched it out of bounds, so Snowflake's going to get the ball here with 22 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Full court pressure by the Cougars here.
Reisdorf cut it down, cut it by 6, and somehow Chapman got left alone and gets an easy bucket on the other end.
Major mistake there by number 3. Jarnigan letting him go long.
Vargas pull-up jumper at the free throw line is no good. The fight for the rebound on the ground is Sloan, and a travel's called as Sloan rolled over. Being pressured heavily, he rolled over to try to get away from the defense, and a late call comes in from the official.
Coach Wood helping them make that call a little from the bench. It happened right out in front of the Lobos bench.
2 seconds left, and Wood launches from just under half court and misses at the buzzer. That's the end of the first quarter. It has Snowflake in front, 17-9. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to Sholo High School. It's 17-9 in favor of Snowflake as we start quarter number 2 with a steal. Snowflake comes out and gets pressure defense early and gets a look underneath by Tyler Claridge, the 5'9 senior who played quarterback this year for the Lobos. Makes his presence known immediately. Foul's going to be on Vargas. That's his first.
As you're saying, Tyler Claridge just playing the passing lane there, able to get his hand out and knock that pass away. It shows great quickness, speed getting down the floor.
First shot by Claridge is off the heel, no good. And the second free throw is up, and it's good. Pass inside, and turnaround jumper is no good for Sloan. The sky hook doesn't go. Kick it down into the corner, try the baseline. It's Bjorn who has it denied by Sloan.
Good baseline move there by Bjorn, but even better defense, as you say, Camden, by Sloan. Just stays strong and able to swat that shot away.
18-9 with 7:23 remaining. Pull-up jumper, Vargas off the window, no good. Underneath, shot no good for Reedhead. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Snowflake. And Sholo will have it.
That's Keegan Bjorn in there battling underneath with Reedhead for that rebound. And as you say, it is knocked loose by the Sholo guys, goes off the Snowflake player.
Into Vargas. Opening paragraph of the second. Sholo finds themselves in a big hole here, down 18-9. Not what Coach Thacker had hoped for in this opening half. Into the corner to Sloan, now to Reisdorf. He drives and dishes to Denham. Denham with 3, and it's going to be short. And a foul on the rebound as Sloan collides with Pollock and is called for the personal.
Sloan just a little bit out of position there and has to fight over the back of the Snowflake player, and they'll call him for that foul. And we've seen Denham take some perimeter shots tonight, Cam, with not too many dropping. That's, as we talked about, that's going to be a key tonight for the Cougars.
Bounce pass in low by Chapman is stolen away. Here comes Reedhead trying to run the floor, gives it to Reisdorf. Backs out, gives to Vargas. Vargas spins to the free throw line. Now backs up between the circles and resets the offense.
Again, Snowflake just staying in that real tight man-to-man defense.
Vargas. Fresh face in for the Sholo Cougars is Trent Williams. Kick to the corner, wide open. Reisdorf, 3, no good. Rebound, Keegan Bjorn. Snowflake looking to run. Bjorn on the trailer, passes down low, ball goes out of bounds.
It looked like that's Tyler Pollock down on the Ty Pollock down on the baseline. You're making a move to the basket. It looked to me like he dribbled it off his leg, but
inbounds play goes on an alley-oop.
Jordan
Gardner.
Uncontested.
There's a tip and a steal by Chapman.
Oh,
lost the handle, gives it to Wood. Wood off the window and in.
I'm surprised they didn't call a travel there, but regardless, good fast break, good hustle by Kurt Wood.
We take timeout with 5:31 left in the second, 22-9 in favor of Snowflake. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Welcome back to Show Low High School. It's 22-9 in favor of Snowflake. One of the keys tonight for the Cougars was to stop the transition game. So far, that's been a little difficult for them.
Well, another key, too, is not let Snowflake build up a big early lead, and they've been able to do that, both with the transition game, but just real aggressive play in the paint by the Lobos, and that's a tide that these Cougars certainly need to turn here if they're going to stay in this game.
22-9 is our score with Snowflake in front after the timeout. Sholo will have the basketball. It's poked away. Vargas tried an inlet pass as Chapman knocked it out of bounds.
You know, another thing, Cam, is we've seen Sholo take some good open perimeter shots. They're just having a hard time getting them to fall right now. If they can start hitting those outside shots, this game could turn pretty quickly for them.
And they've got to get some of those shots to fall if they want to stay in this game. But Snowflake pretty stingy. Snowflake running that zone defense. A 2-1-2 defense by Snowflake, and Sholo trying to find an opening. Reisdorf off the back of the window, a little too strong, and here come the Lobos. Wood down the right side of the lane, had it stripped away by Reisdorf. Reisdorf bounces over to Reedhead.
Nice.
He steps inside and puts it off the window and in.
Good move by Reedhead. Pollock hustles back on good defense, but that big strong move into the bucket by Reedhead makes the difference.
And a three-pointer to answer. How about that? Ty Pollock knocks it down. 25-11 now. Snowflake with the lead. And when you answer twos with threes, the lead gets away quickly. Sloan on the low block. Passes it in traffic to Reedhead, and it's knocked out of bounds.
They're going to say it went off of Reedhead. Oh, maybe, well, hang on, maybe not. I'm not sure what they're, yeah, they say it's going to go off Reedhead, so it'll be Snowflake ball here.
Full court press here by Sholo. Quickly in, back to Wood. Wood working against Vargas, and he lobs one underneath. And it goes out of bounds. Sholo with the basketball here. Down 25-11. Vargas getting instructions from Coach Matt Thacker as he walks it across the time stripe. Crouches as he meets Claridge. Gives to Denham, now over to Reisdorf. I don't know, we haven't watched a game where Sholo had a real difficult zone defense to break here, but now Snowflake has gone into a man-to-man, switching things up here on Sholo. Reisdorf to the elbow, puts one up on a running right-hander that's no good. Reedhead tracks down the rebound, gives it up to Denham. Denham from 16, no good. Sloan over the top of Bjorn for the rebound, hands to Reedhead. He gets the shooter's touch.
Well, that's just good aggressive play by Reedhead, staying strong on the ball, that loose ball, and just goes to the bucket. Not a real pretty shot, but drops it nevertheless.
Lob into Bjorn. He's fouled, no call, but muscles one up anyway. How about that?
And we talked about Bjorn and his power inside the paint. You know, he's not bashful about going up strong against anyone, and that's just simply just a power layup there for Bjorn.
27-13, Snowflake with the lead. Vargas tries the baseline and gets bumped out of bounds, but they call a foul. Against Tyler Claridge.
And you can hear the Snowflake fans don't agree with that, but that was, you know, from this angle, looked like Vargas just kind of gently nudged along the baseline to the point where he had to step out of bounds, so that's why they called a foul.
Bjorn checks out. Lyman in for Snowflake. Pull-up jumper. Vargas off the window, no good. Rebound, Claridge tracks it down. Lob pass. Claridge tips it out to Wood. Wood launches from three, missed it. And a bump and a foul as Denham knocks Gardner to the ground on a follow shot.
Well, Denham and Gardner both going for that ball coming off the rebound from Wood's shot. but they'll call Denham with the body into Gardner, so I'll send Gardner to the line here.
And Gardner knocks down the first free throw.
Coach Thacker, as they're shooting free throws here, Coach Thacker talking with Vargas about trying to get the offensive set moving a little bit more. I think he's looking for cutters into the paint. That's one of the things they're talking about here at half court.
Missed the second. 1 of 2. 2:02 left to play before half, and Snowflake out to a big lead, 28-13 here at Show Low High School. Denham drives. His shot no good. Rebound is ripped down by Lyman. They go ahead on an alley-oop play, and they get an and one on the follow. The trailer, Trey Snyder, puts it down on a circus shot and will go to the free throw line.
And that's Gardner out in front. Has to reach up, jump up just to catch that ball, and he sensed the trailer and just throws a no-look behind the head pass there. And Schneider doing a great job of running the floor to be in position to pick that up.
Free throws around and off, and a whistle and a foul on the rebound.
They're going to call a push on Jordan Gardner on that rebound.
And I missed who they called to put Snyder at the free throw line. So we'll try to clear that up for you. Williams working the point now. They set Vargas down in the corner. Vargas trying to drive the baseline, draws some contact.
You know, Snowflake stays in this man-to-man defense, but they are so good about backside help whenever somebody attacks the basket. You see always at 2, sometimes 3 of these blue jerseys just coming to help out on defense. Just a very well-coached team that plays very solid defense.
They're so quick to the ball. They're able to close out on the shooters. We watch them in this zone now, how quickly they get to the shooters, as Wood almost got to that pass. Down into the corner, they go right side. Williams between the wheels, over to Denham. Over to Tate. Tate's pass, poked away. Wood has a 4-on-2. Leaves it right side, easy bucket underneath.
That's created by Wood, just continuing to attack the basket, draw the defenders, and then kick it off to Jordan under the basket for 2.
So Gardner gets the bucket, and a foul in three-point land as Denham tries to put up a three-pointer. He's going to be fouled by Kurt Wood.
Well, a lot of the Snowflake players felt there was a lot of ball on that, but still maybe a little bit of body contact by Kurt Wood as he's jumping over to defend Denham. But Denham will go to the line here to shoot 3.
And the first shot by Denham's off. One of the keys to Flagstaff's win over Snowflake in the Pepsi Classic was they were able to get Kurt Wood to foul out. We see Kurt Wood check out here.
Well, you know, we talk about Sholo here. They need to get some points. They go to the free throw line, miss 2 of 3. Denham makes the third, but you know, we talked about the perimeter shooting and free throws, of course, just as important when you're behind to a team like Snowflake.
Left hand leaner, no good, but the follow is there as Snyder cleans up after the miss.
It's a good job by Snyder. Just goes up, you know, catches that loose ball on the rebound without even, just while he's still up, just quickly shoots it off the glass to get 2.
34-14, Snowflake leads with 22 seconds left before halftime. And Sholo pretty content here to run the clock out.
Well, they're going to go for the last shot here with just 7 seconds left.
Pass to Williams. He almost lost it. Reisdorf, top of the key, shoots at the buzzer. A contested shot that doesn't go. And we go to halftime. At intermission, it's the Lobos on top of the Cougars, 34-14. We'll step away. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Need a fireplace? Ace has that. Need barbecue grills? Ace has that. Need paint? Ace is the best place for that. Need a chainsaw or weed eater? Ace has that too. Ace can even fix your chainsaw and your weed eater. Ace Hardware has everything you need for your home improvement project. They even have a 24/7 locksmith. Locked out of your home or car, their mobile unit will come to you. That's your helpful place. Ace Hardware of the White Mountains in Pinetop, Overguard, and Sholo.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Sholo and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelley Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Welcome back to Show Low High School. The big game of the week tonight. It's the Show Low Cougars and the Snowflake Lobos doing battle here at Show Low High School. At intermission, Snowflake has the best of the Cougars, 34-14, and certainly some things that Show Low can work on in the second half. There's a lot of things that didn't go right for Show Low in the first half, but you cannot take away what Snowflake does to ball clubs around the state. They are really good at what they do.
They are. They're very, very quick down the floor. When they get the ball, the first thing they're thinking of, and it doesn't matter what the situation is, they're going to run the floor on you, and they will attack the basket. And they're very good passing team, finding the open man. But all these players, you can tell through their conditioning and their coaching, they do not hesitate to run the floor, and that's really been the big key, I think, to so far in this game tonight. You know, certainly not something that was unexpected by any means. We talked about the transition game of the Lobos, and it certainly showed up big here in the first half. Something that's Show Low's certainly going to have to work on improving in the second half. The other thing the Cougars are going to need to improve on is their shooting. You know, a lot of their shots are being forced through the good aggressive defense by the Lobos. But there's some open shots that these Cougars have had from the perimeter and even driving the basket that just are not falling right now for the Cougars. And that's, you know, that's certainly another factor behind their 20-point deficit right here at halftime.
Tyler Claridge here at intermission with 4. Jordan Gardner leads all scorers with 10. Keegan Bjorn only 2 points so far in the first half. 5 for Kurt Wood, 4 for Snyder, 3 for Pollock, and 3 for Lyman. The Cougars side of the scorecard looks like this. Rhett Reisdorf held to only 2 points in the first half. 2 for Justin Sloan, 2 for Xavier Vargas, 1 for Hunter Denham, and 6 so far for Nick Reedhead. We'll step away, back with the second half when we return. This has been the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show, brought to you by the Sunrise Park Resort. Don't forget, great time to go skiing. They've got fresh powder up at Sunrise and expecting more next week. And you can get discounted lift passes, season passes, still available at a discount before the holidays. Make sure you check out sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com. And before I forget, don't forget, if you are a student, you can get a season pass for $99. That's a college student, I should say. College students have the opportunity to get season passes for $99. Back with the Second half when we return. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. High School as Snowflake will have the basketball to start the second half, up 34-14 over the Cougars. Gardner passes it up top, and what a shot inside to get the reverse layup. Pollock finds the window.
Yeah, just kind of finds a way to weave through those defenders, at least 3 Sholo defenders in the area, but just a great shot by Pollock. They're going to call a foul here on Sholo. No, I'm sorry, Snowflake. Number 23, that will be Pollock, called for the foul.
And I've got him down for unofficially 1 personal on the night. Sholo basketball, they bring it inbounds. And the shot just underneath the arc for Denham is good.
I think that's one of the first, if not the first, perimeter shot by Denham to fall tonight for the Cougars.
Here's a steal. The Cougars getting a turnover here. Reisdorf, top of the key. Vargas now to Denham, back to Reisdorf, back to Vargas. Vargas on the angle right, passes it inside to Nick Reedhead. He creates some space but can't finish.
Good work by Reedhead, just fighting to, as you say, get a little bit of space to get the shot off, just can't get it to go.
And a travel call on Chapman. 6:51 left to play here in the third. It's Snowflake up 36-16. And we've been fighting with some issues here at Sholo High School with some technical problems. Off the window and no good.
With Vargas slapping the backboard.
No
on
call.
That, they're not going to call it, but the shot does not fall for Snowflake. The layup.
36-16, lob pass in low for Sloan. Sloan scores it up and in.
That's just a great backdoor move by Sloan, and better yet, Denham seeing that backdoor move. Nice lob pass in
36
to get the bucket.
To 18. Sholo trying to chip away at this lead, cut it down to 18. Turnaround jumper is good. How about that shot by Dalen Chapman, the junior?
Pretty jumper by Chapman. Just dribbles to the open spot in the paint, pulls up quickly, and just drains the jumper.
Vargas up and down with the right hand, lobs one in, and it's out of bounds. A little too strong for Sloan.
And again, that aggressive, tight defense by Snowflake. Looks like Sholo, an adjustment at halftime. They're starting to drop their guys on those backdoor moves off the post, the low post. That time Sloan again breaking to the basket. Pass just a little too high for him to be able to gather up.
Kurt Wood splits the defenders at the top of the key, and Reisdorf going to be called for a personal.
Reisdorf just reaching in as Kurt Wood goes by with the ball, but he'll be called, as you say, for the reach. A lot of contact on that play.
Wood generally in the offense for Snowflake. Up and down with the right hand. Now finds Gardner underneath. Gardner quick to the corner. And the shot's no good from long range by Pollock. Follow underneath. Bjorn got it to fall.
And that's a lot of contact on Bjorn as he's going up, but just strong move by Bjorn to kiss it off the glass for 2.
We've seen Bjorn several times tonight. Highly contested and able to get it in. Nice turnaround hook shot by Justin Sloan.
Nice hook shot by Sloan in traffic to get the bucket.
Lead back to 20 and a steal on the other end as Sholo comes up with it. Pass over on the right side. 3-point shot from Denham, no good. Gardner races in and tries to get the rebound, but he knocks it out of bounds. Sholo basketball as Chapman checks out and Claridge back in. Also in for the Lobos is Snyder.
He'll come in for Bjorn.
(40-20) is our score, with Snowflake on top, under 5 to play. After the stop in play, it's Sholo basketball. Kick to Reisdorf, back to Vargas. Vargas for 3, no. Hill of the iron, no good. Rebound, Reedhead, he tries to split the defense, now fades away and misses. Rebound to Gardner, he wants to run. No look, left side to Claridge. His shot is too strong, but Claridge gets the steal in transition. Over to Wood. College 3, no good. Rebound, Reedhead. Reedhead gonna run against Claridge. Gets the crossover dribble,
great move.
Scores it, and the foul.
And that's Reedhead beating, as you say, beating Claridge at half court with the crossover, and then has Wood right on his back the whole way. But Reedhead just stayed strong all the way through and getting the bucket, and will draw the foul and go to the line here to make it a 3-point play potentially for the Cougars.
And that's 3 personals on Kurt Wood. If they can keep Kurt Wood in foul trouble, the Cougars have a much better opportunity of getting back into this contest. Wood off the baseline, finds an opening and scores it up and in.
He catches a pass out on the corner and just gives a little pump fake to draw the defenders, and then goes strong to the baseline and kisses it off the glass for 2. Great move by Wood.
Want to mention for our radio listeners that Nick Reedhead completes the 3-point play. And it's Snowflake up 42-23. Reisdorf in traffic, kicks it out to Denham. Denham missed the 3, wide left. Rebound Pollock. Give to Wood. Wood stutters, now drives right side, bounce pass across the lane, off the window, score it up and in. Trey Snyder.
And again, we talked about the assist of Wood, and they're just shining example. Very unselfish, attacks the baseline again, but this time finds the open man on the opposite side.
3.5 left in the third, 44-23. Pass in low to Reedhead, nothing there. Passes back up top for Vargas. Vargas, crossover dribble, tries to get to the corner, now splits the defenders. Give to Reedhead, he posts high, and his shot from 15, no good. Sloan with the rebound, his shot won't go. Rebound Snowflake, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch, they say, by Sloan. No, they're gonna call a foul.
Number 10, Vargas, called for the foul. Contact on the loose ball down on the baseline. They'll call Vargas for this. Is that his 3rd?
That is 2 on Vargas.
Okay, 2 on Vargas. Kurt Wood will sit here.
As will Vargas. Checking in for Vargas is Jonagarn. Snowflake will bring the ball up with just under 3 to play now in the third, up 44-23. Chapman tries the right side, cross-court pass. Launches for 15 and score it. Jordan Gardner, you can see why he leads the team in scoring.
Well, he's a good jump shot as well, going up high over the defender that time. Just a nice stroke to get the 2.
Backdoor cut here by Denham, blocked out of bounds by Trey Snyder, the 6'4" junior.
Coach Thacker complaining to the referee about the hand contact by the Lobo defenders. Still having a conversation here with the referee. Not happy at all.
Reisdorf tosses into Reedhead. They go around over to Reisdorf now in the corner right side. In low to Sloan. Back out to Reisdorf. Launches from 3. Hill of the iron, no good. Rebound, Lobos. And those are the shots that Coach Thacker was hoping to have fall.
Right. Just not doing enough of them and having enough of them fall tonight for the Cougars.
Strong move by Gardner.
Meanwhile, the Lobos continuing to attack the paint, doing a great job of getting. We're not keeping a shot chart tonight, Camden, but if we had one, it would just be completely black around the rim for the Lobos.
Jake Lyman on the follow, and there's a steal. We talked to Coach Wood about that in the pregame, and he mentioned that his team doesn't shoot much outside of the paint unless it's a three like that one there. And that'll force a timeout as Dallin Chapman knocks down the trifecta with 1:39 left to play, third quarter. We'll step away. The Lobos lead 51-23. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Show Low, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Show Low, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Welcome back as Sholo's going to get an easy bucket here as Snowflake put in some fresh faces, and it cost him here as Williams goes coast to coast on a great inbounds play and gets his first bucket of the night. Running right-hander inside the lane is good.
That's Jake Lyman attacking again from the top of the key, just dribbling into the paint and finding some room, going up with the left-handed layup.
Lobos lead 53-25. Sloan off the window, no good. Reedhead has his shot blocked, gets it back. Now at the elbow right side, throws back out to Williams. Williams to the baseline, leave it for Sloan. Back to Reedhead. Reedhead drives inside the lane, put it off the, or up and in, score it, Reedhead.
Reedhead just continuing to work hard inside. You know, he's got Snowflake defenders all around him, but just keeps moving and using his head fakes and powers up to get the bucket.
Bounce or pass it into the corner. Shot is good inside. Nice look there for Snyder. And with 23 seconds left to play in the third, it's Snowflake up 55-27. Reisdorf thinking about a three, pump fakes, now throws in low for Sloan. Sloan backs down, tries the sky hook, it's no good. Rebound tipped around. And the Lobos running the floor with perfection, but cannot finish as Garson Hatch, the 6-foot senior, call it 6-foot junior rather, is bumped and fouled out of bounds, gets knocked to the floor.
They're calling that on Trent Williams, number 20 for the Cougars, with the contact underneath the basket.
That's the first on Williams. And that'll end the fourth quarter. 55-27, Snowflake leads over the Cougars. This is Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide at iTalk1067.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
To Hatch Motor Company's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pine Top, a Kopeniki communication station. Fourth and final quarter with the Lobos up 55-27. It's been all Lobos throughout halfway through the first quarter and beyond as Williams launches from three, missed it. Perimeter shooting hasn't been there tonight for Show Low. And it's on the night when they needed it to be there. Into the corner. Snowflake still working with a lot of bench players out there. Claridge between the wheels. Left side now up top for Bjorn. He spins. Nothing there. Passes it up for Chapman. Chapman up and down with the right hand. Working against Reisdorf. Now throws in low, but it's a little too tall that time for Hatch, who was cutting across the lane, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, good idea, as you say, finding the open man. Hatch cutting into the paint, but pass just a little too high for him to reach.
Denham brings it up for the Cougars. And Spencer Hall, who's just checked in, posting at the high post. Opening paragraph of the fourth. Snowflake on top, 55-27. Denham on the wing, lobs in low for Hall, and it's a little too strong for him. It goes out of bounds. 6:46 left here in the fourth. Chapman brings it up, holds up 2 fingers. Gets it across the time stripe, crosses over against Reisdorf. Now to the wing right side. Poked away by Reisdorf, but into the hands of Bjorn. His shot is blocked. Now Hatch's shot is blocked underneath. And here come the Cougars. 3-on-3. They go right side and have it lost in transition. Here comes Bjorn off the window. Basket and one as Williams goes hard to the deck. And you talked about the strength of Bjorn. He showcases it there.
Big time. You know, Williams was being very aggressive defensively, goes up, you know, jumping with Bjorn and a lot of body contact, but that just shows the strength of Bjorn, just able to hang tight despite that contact and just kiss it off the glass for 2. And he will go to the line here to try to get a 3-point turnaround.
I'm not sure who they called the foul on.
That'll be on Williams, number 20.
But they didn't signal Williams. He signaled number 12, which that's Bjorn who knocks down the 3-point play. From the corner left side, Williams trying a 3, no good. Rebound to Snowflake. Pass
nice
in low,
pass.
and Bjorn is hammered inside by Spencer Hall.
Fallon Chapman, great pass inside to Bjorn. And as you say, as soon as Bjorn touches it, he's just manhandled by a couple of Cougar defenders, so they'll send him back to the line here to shoot 2.
Bjorn has 5 in the second half, was held to just 2 first half points. Hits another free throw, and what's so deadly about Snowflake is you can't afford to put them on the free throw line. They're great free throw shooters as well. 59-27 and a running clock here as Bjorn misses the second. Clock approaching the 5-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Vargas back at the point for the Cougars. Give to Reedhead, top of the key. He drives right side, gives it back to Vargas. Vargas launches from 3 and around and out. Just doesn't fall. Bjorn on the trailer, and he can't get his shot to fall. A lot of contact, no call. Battle inside. Bjorn tries to get to it and knocked down to the floor again. We get a whistle and a foul as Bjorn battles for between 2 defenders. And Bjorn going to check out. In for him, Trey Schneider, the 6'4" junior. They whistled him on the personal, I believe.
Okay, yeah. They're going to call it against Snowflake.
So Keegan Bjorn whistled for the foul. Up top, Vargas between the circles. Up and down on the right hand. Give it right side for Denham. 4 minutes left in the contest. 59-27. Snowflake. Vargas from 18 won't go. Nice rebound underneath for Schneider. Schneider, 14-footer, he got it.
Just great passing by the Lobos. They go deep into the corner and then find Schneider wide open right at the free throw line. And good ball movement. The ball never really hitting the ground at all, allowing him to put up that nice jumper for 2.
Denham, right side, Vargas. Top of the key, ball poked away, intended for Hall, and a fight for it on the ground. And a jump ball is called on the alternating possession. Snowflake's going to get it back. Lyman back into the lineup along with Claridge for Snowflake. Out comes Chapman and Snyder. On the floor for the Cougars, it's Reisdorf, Denham, Williams, Hall, and Reedhead. Snowflake basketball here. Up 61-27 with under 3 to play in the contest. Claridge almost had it stolen away. Reisdorf working against the speedy Claridge as he races it up the floor. Give to Williams. Williams thought about a 3. Gives it up to Denham. Denham works the left side. Now goes over to Reisdorf between the circles. High post to Reedhead, and he lost it off of his leg, but they say he was fouled.
Yeah, they're going to call, I guess, number 3, Quay Kelly.
I think they got Lyman.
Okay.
Clock approaching the 2-minute mark of the contest. Cougars looking in low. Up top, Denham, right side, Williams. Back to Reisdorf, over to Williams. Williams up and down with the left hand, give to Denham. To Reisdorf. Back over to Williams. Cougars not finding what they want inside here. The Lobos running that zone defense. Doing a great job of just moving to the ball. Now a pass inside, and Reedhead gets a turnaround jumper to go.
Well, that's Reedhead going up against 2 Snowflake defenders, but just a nice aggressive move in the paint.
Just the second bucket of the fourth quarter here. Or excuse me, no, that's their first basket of the fourth quarter.
They're going to call Justin Sloan for the Cougars on the foul. Pollock, you could tell, was trying to take it to the rack and maybe even try dunking it, but Sloan, a lot of body contact, sends him to the line, makes his first of 2.
And for the first time tonight, we see Nolan Jeffs into the lineup, replacing Nick Reedhead for the Cougars. 1 minute remains in the contest. And the free throw misses, but getting his own rebound was Pollock, but he lost it. Here come the Cougars. They blow the layup. Pass down court to Denham. He can't finish. Hatch throws ahead to Claridge. Cross court pass over to Kelly. Now back up top they go to Lyman.
Snowflake here with the big lead, just going to spread the floor and let the clock burn.
Hatch now down right side. They give it to Claridge. Up top over to Kelly, to Lyman. Cougars going to have to come out and do something if they want this clock, or if they want this, they can't stop the clock, but if they want to get a possession here or force the Lobos to do anything. Lobos doing a good job of taking care of the basketball, and they miss on this shot. Pollock misses. Cougars' final seconds of the contest. Williams, long-range 3, no good. Final score, Snowflake victorious at Sholo High School by a final score of 62-29. We knew that the Lobos were heavily favored in this one, but I don't think we thought they were that favored as they come out with a huge victory tonight, 62-34, to improve their record to 12-1 on the season. The Sholo Cougars are going to fall to 5-2 on the season. We'll step away, back with our Sunrise Park Resort post-game comments. When we return, we'll announce our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game and our Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game. As we wrap up our play-by-play portion of tonight's contest, brought to you by Hatch Motor Company, right here on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com. Hi folks, Gentry Hatch here. Let's face it, in today's world, there are a lot of tools out there to help you buy a car. An iPhone, Kelly Blue Book, the list goes on and on.com. At Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and Sholo, we know that you can and will find the best deal for you. We will even help you find it if you don't happen to have a smartphone, which I believe everybody does. Remember, no hassle, no pressure, simply the best in service and sales. Hatch Motor Company in Snowflake and in Sholo, and online all the time at hatchmotorco.com.
Welcome back to Sholo High School as we conclude our broadcast and go to our Sunrise Park Resort post-game comments. Don't forget, great time to go skiing up at Sunrise. They've got some of the best snow they've had in years, with heavy powder available for you to ski or snowboard in, plus snow expected next week. And you want to get yourself a season pass. This could be one of the best seasons ever, as they opened a month early. They're still offering discounted lift passes before the holidays if you get them in before the holidays. And if you are a college student, you can get a season pass for $99 at Sunrise Park Resort. Go to sunriseskipark.com for details. That's sunriseskipark.com, as we see some of the Snowflake cheerleaders here in our Sunrise Park Resort postgame. Snowflake tonight wins at 62-29 over the Sholo Cougars. As we highlight some of the players tonight, Rhett Reisdorf, only 2 points on the evening, did not have the game he wanted to have, and not the game that they were expecting out of him. Justin Sloan was 6, 2 tonight for Vargas, 3 tonight for Denham, 2 for Trent Williams, and Nick Reedhead led all Sholo scorers, and actually led all scorers with a 13-point total at the finish here tonight. Tyler Claridge with 4 for the Lobos. Dallin Chapman with 9. 8 tonight for Keegan Bjorn. For Kurt Wood. 10 for Snyder. 6 for Pollock. 7 for Lyman. And 12 tonight to lead all Snowflake scorers. Jordan Gardner, who had the hot hand early in the contest. 10 at intermission, 2 in the second half to finish with 12. And it was really a big night tonight for Snowflake as they came out and played their game. They got out into transition well. They got a lot of rebounds, moved the ball well. I think out of all the Snowflake teams we've seen early on, this one has got to be one of the best.
Well, they're high tempo and they like running the floor. That in and of itself, of course, no big surprise. We knew to expect that. But, you know, and you look at the substitutions and the coaching from Coach Wood, he just keeps his guys fresh. They're going to run the floor on you. And they have a lot of players that can do that really well, run the floor. Even their big guys. You know, we saw guys like Trey Snyder and Gardner and Wood. I mean, so these are some of the taller players, but they all behave like guards out there in terms of how they just move up and down the floor. You can tell they've been playing basketball together quite a bit, probably for a long time. They just know where to find each other out there, and it's a joy to watch. You know, they're very well coached. I love the way they pass the ball and just the way they move up and down the floor. Defensively, a very tough team are the Lobos. I mean, they were in the grill of the Cougars pretty much all night. I did not give them any room, any space. You know, we talked about the missed shots from Sholo, and they did have some open shots that just weren't falling tonight. But there's a lot of defensive pressure out there, too. And I think that, you know, as a player, that gets to you a little bit when you know that pressure's there. It makes it that much more tougher for the shots to fall consistently. So
I
just
think
a well-rounded team.
I think Snowflake showcased a lot they depth tonight as well, as they used a lot of their bench players.
Absolutely.
And obviously a lot of confidence coming in off of the bench. So they've got they really have a opportunity to have a tremendous season, as they've only lost one game. That was to a team that was in an upper division,
Right.
the Flagstaff Eagles. Yep, Flagstaff Eagles. And that was in the Pepsi tournament, a game that they felt like they should have won. Kurt Wood fouled out of that game. They were ahead at that point and ended up losing that contest to Flagstaff, who went on to win that Pepsi tournament. So obviously they're playing a high caliber basketball. It'd be interesting to see. We didn't count, but I wonder, as you look at Snowflake's schedule, they've already gotten 13 games in so far. They've had a tremendous run so far with a lot of opportunity to develop these young players.
Yeah, and you know, a game like this, and we saw Coach Wood go to his bench pretty heavy in that fourth quarter. Took a lot of the starters. I don't even know if they were on the floor at the fourth quarter. A lot of the starters. So he recognizes the toll these games and the tight schedule, meaning so many games stacked up behind each other. And when he sees an opportunity to let the other guys run, he's certainly going to take it here. And honestly, you know, that bench team that we saw in the fourth quarter, of course, Sholo was doing the same. But that bench team, as you had mentioned, Camden, playing as good a basketball, as tough a basketball as, you know, you could argue some of the starters did. So they don't lose much when they go to the bench on this Snowflake team. They're just a solid team, very well coached.
Which definitely enhances their style of play with the up-tempo. You mentioned that in the second half, just how they've been able to keep fresh players in and keep those legs fresh throughout the game. And those players can go 110% and not have to worry because they know they got a guy behind them that's ready to come in.
And they're just so good about the fast break game. You know, you see guys maybe with the ball out ahead of everyone else, but they're looking for the trailers, or they're looking for the guy to kick the ball to when the pressure gets there, and they're good at it, you know, and everyone's running the floor. It's not like someone standing back going, well, I'll let those guys go and I'll stay here. I mean, every single one of them, you can tell, are just coached to run the floor, because you just never know where you might be open, or somebody maybe needs to kick back to a trailer. And they just do a great job of, one, getting the ball down the floor quickly, and then when they are down there and there's pressure, they have a way of finding the open guy.
Time now for our Beeler Orthodontics Straight Line Play of the Game, brought to you by Beeler Orthodontics. Live to smile, love your smile, Beeler Orthodontics.
So I think the play that really excited the crowd and again was just emblematic of the transition game we've been talking about all night with these Snowflake Lobos, was the play when Gardner ran down and had to struggle really to kind of catch a ball, a long pass, and just knowing where the other guy was, really with no look, he was able to catch that pass himself, not in a really good position to lay the ball up, and just basically tossed it right over his back shoulder, knowing that the trailer, I think it was Schneider, was right behind him, and a clean pass, crisp pass right into his hands, and he was able to finish up with a good layup for two. Got the crowd excited. They appreciate seeing that skill and that athleticism. But again, more than anything, to me, is just emblematic of that transition game we've been talking about all night long with these Snowflake Lobos. Just a great job by them.
Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile, Beeler Orthodontics. Time now for our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Don't forget, they've got a great selection of skis, snowboards, either to buy or to rent out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, plus the best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear on the mountain. You'll find it out at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, south of Pine Top on Highway 260, right-hand side of the road, just before the Honda Casino. And as always, Bun, it's tough to call a player of the game, but especially with a team like Snowflake. They distribute the ball so well. They have so many weapons, so many players that contribute in so many different ways. It's really difficult when you talk about them.
Very difficult. And we talked at the opening of the game, the big three that we highlighted. Wood had a great game. He's kind of their leader out there. We talked about Gardner and how effective he can be. He's their leading scorer so far this season. And then Keegan Bjorn and how powerful he can be inside, despite not being necessarily the tallest guy out there, just a powerhouse inside the paint. And all three of those guys showed up big time. I thought Trey Snyder had an excellent game tonight as well for the Lobos. But I think when you look at just overall play, offensive, defensive, and just terms of his command of the game and just his presence out there on the floor for the Lobos, I think we have to go with Jordan Gardner, number 10 for the Snowflake Lobos. Just did a great job tonight for them, and I think certainly deserving a player of the game.
Absolutely. Congratulations to Gardner tonight. He's our Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game, brought to you by the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store. Best selection of hiking, hunting, camping, and fishing gear. Plus, you'll find a great selection of snowboard equipment along with skis. Whether you want to rent them or buy them, you'll find it at the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store on Highway 260 south of Pine Top, right-hand side of the road as you get to the Honda Casino. Just before you get to the Honda Casino, I should say. Now, joining us is Kurt Wood here on our broadcast. We want to say congratulations, first of all, Kurt, on a terrific game tonight. Big win for you guys, and hats off.
Yeah, thank you. It was fun.
So talk a little bit about, you guys have had a lot of games in a short amount of time. Is there some fatigue on the team at all? Or
A little bit. Everybody's got a little bit of dead legs, but we're doing good at practice, kind of taking it a little bit easy. We're not running the usual hour of transition as usual. But, yeah, I think we're all getting back into the rhythm of things. Just, 12 games in 2 weeks, that's a lot of games. So a little bit of dead legs, but slowly getting back.
Talk about your play so far this season.
Working off the rust, kind of. Still getting used to the swing of things, but we're slowly progressing, which is a good thing. Don't want to peak right now. So
do you find yourself in a little bit of a different role this year with some of your other players that have moved on?
Not really. Kind of same thing. Just distributing the ball as best as I can, get everybody involved. That's what I like to do.
Well, we're pretty proud to know you, given your stats in terms of assists. That's a pretty good column to be leading the state in.
Yeah, it's fun. I love making my team look good.
That's awesome. Hey, talk a little bit about your schedule ahead. Obviously, you guys have a long road to hoe. You got a pretty important game coming up next week. Tomorrow night.
I don't even know who we play next week. But
oh, wow, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Tomorrow's game against Estrella, they're big. They got a 6'7" kid that shoots pretty well, so we'll see how that goes. But kind of just taking it one game at a time.
Estrella ranked number 2 in the state. They're obviously going to be a good test for your team. This was one of those games where we thought the game would be a lot closer. You guys did a good job of controlling tempo and things like that.
Yeah, we weren't able to get into our offense much, but we were able to run, and that always helps. Quick points, and ended up getting out to a big lead.
Well, we talked about at the top of the game is, your transition game in particular is always a big key to your success. And you had mentioned, well, maybe our transition wasn't hot tonight. I didn't notice it if it wasn't, because you were talking about tired legs. But just amazing how deep your bench can be, too, when you guys get in, bring guys off the bench to rest everyone so that you can keep running the floor. Talk about, the bench play that you've had so far, especially when we were talking about how many games you've had back to back to back and how important that's been for you guys.
That's extremely important. We love our guys on the bench. Whether we're out on the court or on the bench, we're always supporting each other. And when they come in, there's not any drop in play, in level of play, and that's big for us. And we enjoy watching and playing.
Yep. Talk about in terms of how you feel the team is at this point of the season, especially given the fact you've got 13 games under your belt right now. Do you feel like you are better prepared for the season at this point than you were last year at this point?
Kind of the same. I mean, we love only having one loss under our belt after 13 games. That's always good. But we got a lot to work on, so that's always good.
All right, Kurt. Well, thanks, and we appreciate it. Congratulations on a great win tonight.
Yeah, thank you
Good
guys.
job.
All right, Kurt Wood of the Snowflake Lobos, and we are looking for see if Coach Thacker is around. I don't see him. See if we can get a hold of Coach Wood real quick. Get him in here real quick. Once again, the final tonight, Snowflake wins it 62-29 as Coach Wood joins us now.
From son to father.
Coach Andy Wood, head coach of the Snowflake Lobos. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the win. You got to be happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we've played the last 11 games have been in tournament play, so it's kind of nice to get into conference stuff and division stuff and start playing the season.
Grade yourself a little bit on tonight. Where do you see your team? Obviously, you guys get a big victory over a pretty tough Shoalo Cougar team. Where do you see yourself? Anything that you want to improve on, things like that?
Lots to improve on, for sure. Lots to improve on, and you know what? We've got a big, huge game tomorrow against Estrella Foothills, and we'll stay up all night thinking about what we're going to do there now that this one's over, and have a shoot around tomorrow before lunch, and hopefully be ready to play again tomorrow night. It was nice for our starters or our guns to kind of get a rest tonight in the second half, and because our legs are so important to the style of play that we have, and so it's nice to get some rest for them during this game, and hopefully we can give a good shot at it tomorrow.
Coach, you have obviously a big game tomorrow night. This is a good litmus test for your team in terms of where you are in the state. Talk a little bit about Estrella and any game plan at the top of your mind that you know that you're going to have to do.
Well, Estrella's got one of the leading scorers in the state. He's 6'7". He shoots the three ball really well. He shoots around the basket really well. So our task will be to try to shut him down. They're kind of a live and die by the three, and so we hope that them coming up to this elevation and our run and gun style will help. I'm sure he'll be listening to this game sometime tonight. So he told me the other day that he knows about this website, so I'm sure they'll watch this game. Sure. And I hope that it'll be a good game, and it'll be our first home game in our home this year. And
wow.
It's been a while since we've lost there. I think it's been 2.5 seasons since we last lost at home. So it'll be important to us to just kind of, like you said, a measuring stick, see where we're at in the state, and hopefully our home crowd will come out and support us and make a lot of noise and welcome Estrella to White Mountain basketball.
We love the team play this year. It seems like you continue in that tradition with a lot of unselfish play. Talk a little bit about that and about specifically some of the players that get that done for you.
You know, that is definitely our motto. We are definitely all about unselfishness. Sometimes to our detriment, you know, we'll make passes where we should take shots. But, you know, I was telling somebody before the game, it's just none of these guys are going to go on and make millions somewhere. So I'd much rather develop unselfishness in the young men in today's society versus selfishness. So team comes first, and we don't want any superstars. We want team play, and everybody's reward is when one person succeeds. I told him today in the locker room, my favorite part of watching film is to watch the other 9 guys after somebody does something successful. You watch the other 9 and they have total buy-in and are ecstatic about the success that the team's having when they see one person on their team be successful.
Absolutely. When you look at your where you are now in terms of development of this team, in my opinion, you guys look a lot better than I've ever seen you this early in the season. And maybe I'm a year removed and not remembering stuff, but I'll tell you, you guys certainly play an up-tempo game, but also your passing is crisp, your shots are falling. Where are you in terms of where you were last year? Are you further along, or you see yourself in the same spot? Or
man, you know that we're just completely different. You know, we obviously do similar things. We run the floor, but again, something I talked about in the locker room today is creating our own identity. We're not the same team as we were last year. We can't replace the guys that we had, but the guys that are on the team now need to create their identity and become them. And as far as where we're at now, we've got lots of work to do. I thought Sholo did an excellent job tonight with our half-court trap. We talked about adjustments for that at halftime, but there was no need for us to run it again. But I thought Coach Thacker had them well prepared for that half-court trap, and so we kind of came out of that pretty early. And it takes a lot of effort to run that correctly, and it was nice to be able to not have to run that to be successful in our game tonight with the big game tomorrow.
Absolutely.
So,
Coach, congratulations. We look forward to watching you down the road. It's going to be a fun season.
well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
Great job.
Appreciate all you do.
Yep, you bet. Thanks. Coach Andy Wood of the Snowflake Lobos, victor tonight over the Cougars, 62-29, our final. We want to say thank you to our entire staff, along with our technical director, Sky Perez, our audio engineer, Isaiah Miller, graphics, Stephanie Fargozo, I should say, camera operators, Hunter Marsh, Dominic Stem, Kyle, I believe that is, you can help me out anytime here, Isaiah. Kyle Marler, Tyler Roten, Jace Nicholas, Ray Delatorre, Emma Butler, Colin Elmquist, and Christina Schwab, all on cameras. And we say thank you very much to the entire crew, along with Jerry Butler and Mel West, our executive directors, and Mike Shriver, also on the Sholo Channel Channel 56 crew. We're going to sign off tonight, but we say special thanks also to our in-studio producer, Royce Kincannon. Don't forget, you can watch tonight's contest next week on Sholo TV Channel 56 on Monday and Friday at 7 o'clock, and again on Saturday at 1:30. We will remind you, for those of you that are watching on our YouTube stream, we're going to have complete coverage of the last two games of the Holiday Classic next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Going to be a lot of fun from Blue Ridge High School. We'll have every game starting from 10:30 on that Friday, January 1st, through January 2nd, through the championship rounds. Should be a lot of fun here on italk1067.com. That's going to wrap things up for us. Once again, congratulations to the Sholo Cougars, victorious tonight, 62-29. The Snowflake Lobos, 62-29 over the Sholo Cougars. For Punt Cooley, I'm Camden Smith, inviting you back on the 1st of January when we continue our basketball game of the week presented by Hatch Motor Company on iTalk 1067 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com. Until then, so long, everybody.